And from our rooftop here at Public Finance, we're directly across from the Queen's Reviewing Stand for the Junior Rose Festival Parade. Public address announcer is just asking the children to clear away. She's been besieged with autograph seekers. Queen Linda II from Grand High and all the royal court from the realm of Rosaria. Also in the reviewing stand is the attractive Yoko Yumamoto, 19, Miss Sapporo, Japan, our sister city, who is here taking a bow right now, who is here to participate in the Rose Festival ceremonies as the sister city of Portland, Oregon in Japan. Queen Linda II giving us a big wave as our first motorcycle escorts come into view. And your 1963 Junior Rose Festival Parade is well underway. Their theme is highlights in history, as is the Senior Rose Parade. Our dignitaries coming in full form in beautiful white convertibles. Police escort, and then we have the Rose Festival Association President Don Chaplin, Mrs. Chaplin, and their family, followed by Mayor Terry Shrug and Mrs. Shrug, and the Prime Minister of Royal Rosarians, Ellsworth D. Purdy, Mrs. Purdy, and family. Following close on their heels, Portland Rose Society President Robert Stone, and Sheriff Don Clark, Mrs. Clark, and family.
Of the Portland Rose Society, Robert Stone and Evelyn.
Now approaching is the honor band, Valentine, Nebraska High School. 80 members strong. They have quite a story to tell. They received clearance to attend the Rose Festival in January. Since then, they've been busy raising money to make the trip. Odd jobs, cake baking sales, working in yards, washing cars, what have you. And look at those white shoes. There's the story. They needed extra money and they had to earn that in addition to the travel expenses. And also a full busload of parents and friends came along with the band. The band has drilled an hour before school, an hour after school for the past several months. Ray Baker, Grand Marshal for the Junior Rose Festival Parade. Now Her Majesty, the Queen of the Junior Rose Festival, Shannon Riordan, and Prime Minister William N. Childers. A beautiful little carrot top and a charming young lady and a very handsome and well-mannered young man. The Queen's Float. And they're from Walnut Park, District number 3. Here are some of the numerous walking entries, and here's a young lady with a placard over her back, Vote for Women, indicative of the times, women's suffrage, equal rights, equal pay for equal work. One of the other bands in our junior parade, the Riddle High School Band, attired in beautiful green and silver striped uniforms. Following close behind is everybody's favorite in the younger set, getting a good hand from the Queen and Court and the many people lining the streets, Heck Harper and his horse Jody. This is District 8's float, Space Flights, the Hillsdale Boosters Club, Aeronauts. And it depicts an old-fashioned helium balloon above the clouds, a forerunner to our modern space flights of today. Being pulled by the Little League team, Capitol Hills School. The Lynch and Woods School Band. White with green and a soft green silk interior cape. It's a beautiful warm day. fellow with the horn is almost as big as the fellow there. It's interesting to note how through the years the entries and the thousands of walking entries and the floats seem to depict a certain feeling among the younger set. Years past, it was things like Davy Crockett, Cisco, Superman, even Mighty Mouse. Now we see the influx of the space age coming along. A lot of helmeted spacemen, missiles, rockets, this is from Wilson Park. And there you see some of the variety of the multitude of decorated bicycles, walking entries, little floats, all constructed by many hours of effort from small and eager hands. Rose Festival Junior Parade, incidentally, got started many years ago. Matter of fact, in 1918, the first parade was staged by 6 youngsters in northeast Portland on 44th between Hancock and Tillamook streets in this area. Became such a successful thing and so much interest, parents got behind it and gave it a push. And now you see part of what it will be about 10,000 boys and girls participating in the Junior Rose Festival Parade. This is a first place winner in the Prince and Princess division. Greater Gateway Boosters and Gateway Chamber of Commerce, District number 7, with a spirit of 76. Have 6,000 Esther Reed Daisies and that floral Liberty Bell. District 10 Fire Department loaned them a great big fire bell, which is on the back. Princess's sister, Denise Ralph, who gives it a toot now and then. And they're followed by the Coquille High Band from Coquille, Oregon, the Red Devils. I hate to wake up some night and see him looking in my face. Hawthorne Boosters, District number 6. 1957 Penguins. That's the year Jack Marks came back from the Arctic with a plane load of penguins. And aboard, Princess Connie Sue Ross and Prince Tom John Miles. The Park Rose Junior High Band. We have more bands, it seems, this year than we had in the usual parades in the past. All lively, vibrant, lots of color. These dressed in bright red jumpers and clean, sharply pressed white trousers. Drum majorettes putting on a display in front of the Queen's reviewing stand. Getting a nice hand from the crowd. Cub Scout Pack 97 and Boy Scout Troop 471 leading off the Sweepstakes winner in the Princess and Princess division. From Eastport Plaza, land of the midnight sun, honoring the 49th state of Alaska. And on that float we see an Alaska brown bear, a penguin sitting on a chunk of ice, and a beautiful silver salmon diving into a fluid pool of blue water. Crowfoot District Band from Lebanon, Oregon. Another one of our out-of-city bands participating in the Junior Rose Festival Parade. This is one of the sharpest bands we've seen in some time for a high school band, the Eisenhower High School Band. Queen and her court and everyone around a very appreciative hand, a very smartly stepping, very sharply attired group from Yakima, Washington. Beautiful powder blue uniforms with a red piping. Watch that precision. Our queen and her court is standing up with a standing ovation for this wonderful band. Here's the queen and her court of the open division from Clackamas, depicting one of our highlights in history, a pyramid in Egypt. Along to Kelso area, Junior Drum and Bugle Corps, saluting Queen Linda II and the Court of Rosaria. This is in the open division, sponsored by Jack Dolan, one of the largest divisions in the entire parade. Award-winning float in the Filipino-American Association entry in the open division, with authentic personnel aboard, wonderfully attractive youngsters. Even General MacArthur standing there, I shall return, corncob pipe and all, in the rear of the float. Seattle Buddhist Church, Drum and Bugle Corps, saluting the Queen and her court on the reviewing stand. They beat out a rapid staccato with those drums, and they're a very sharp marching outfit. This is a natural, isn't it? Kelly says living color, the Kelly community. And back behind it, we see a beautifully decorated peacock taking their cue from the NBC living color peacock. Beautifully decorated. And incidentally, we might mention that 6:30 to 7:30 tonight, in living color, you'll see highlights of the Grand Floral Parade. Here are the Grant Generals. And the Queen and court are standing applauding them as they pass, beginning our parade. The President, Mr. and Mrs. Clyde R. Richardson, the Portland Rose Festival Association. Mrs. Shrunk is representing the mayor, Terry D. Shrunk. Of course, this is the Western Governors Conference is in town, and the mayor is tied up with official functions. The Queen's Float is approaching. District number 7, winning the 3rd place in the competition of Princess Floats. And of course, it's Queen Carol Peterson and Prime Minister Stephen 'n' 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 the Queen's Carol's Scrapbook. On the float is Carol Ann Bolt and Jimmy Tolman. The float is pulled, incidentally, by the Queen's brother, Johnny. There are 6,000 handmade roses. And by the way, all these bicycles placed first, second, and third. The Durango High School Band. Numbering 125, they're from Durango, Colorado, past champion of many band competitions. They were chosen to represent the state of Colorado at the Music Man Band Festival in Iowa, the largest such event in American history in 1962, directed by Eugene E. Honey. The Honor Band. Here is the Sweepstakes winner, the Princess Division, sponsored by the Hawthorne Boosters. The theme of this float is My First May Basket, made up of daisies and peonies. And riding the float is Princess Carrie Sunderleaf, age 9, and Prince Guy Davis, also 9. Sweepstakes winner, sponsored by the Hollywood Boosters. District 5 placed second in the judging their themed trip to the World's Fair. The boy power here is Troop 21 from Sunrise District. Riding the float, Princess Janice Burke and Prince Rick Bittner, both age 10. These are part of the hundreds of youngsters in the open division, which means they can design, make, and create and model any type of attire, costume, device they choose, and you'll see just about any one of those mentioned in the parade. Following behind is another float. This one is District number 4. Their theme is Trip to Disneyland, sponsored by the Selwood Moreland District number 4. Princess Carol Ann Wilcox and Prince Richard Frank. Carol is 8 and Dick is age 10. Trip to Disneyland. Beautiful dancing girls, preceded by the Sabre Corps. And some more individual float entries. You notice the boy power in almost every instance in these floats are the cooperative Cub and Boy Scout groups of their districts. There's a beautiful Ziegfeld girl. The Seattleettes, Baton Corps from Seattle, Washington, official representatives of Greater Seattle Incorporated. From these twirlers come the drum majorettes from the future to lead all the bands from all the areas. They start young. Well, the gun safety drill team. There's the cutest little girl in there. The gun's almost as big as she is. The Kelly Cadet Corps. And their float is one that's really outstanding, as are the many participants who made it possible. Each year a new prince and princess is selected from the Corps, the ages ranging from 9 to 12 years. Kelly Cadet Corps was organized 12 years ago to help keep youngsters busy, active, working. The group has grown from 6 little girls in the backyard to over 60. This year's Penny Holtz and Scott Lankins are the royal couple. Penny is 10 years old and attends John Bestel School. Scott is 11. He attends Dunaway. Betty Greiner, Corps Director, has designed the Kelly Cadet float since they won their first sweepstakes. That was 12 years ago. Cupboard doors, Little wagon wheels were used at the base of the first float, baling wire, old newspapers, wallpaper paste made up of a field of daisies, but they look great. Here's a sharp precision outfit. The Seattle Buddhist Church, Drumman Bugle Corps. Woodmen of the world, and they're preceded by some gaily attired young ladies from the cat world, I believe, equipped with fairy tails, cat's eyes, gaily bedecked costumes. State of Washington, Longview, Kelso area, Drumman Bugle Corps. The team of the astronauts was much in evidence in this Junior Rose Festival parade, of course, with McDivitt and White. White, his famous spacewalk of 20 minutes. And there's the capsule that put him there, the United States Gemini 4. The trophy goes to the Filipino-American Association of Portland, Oregon, for their float, entered in the individual class in the open division. And they're playing that stick game. Good way to get your toes pinched if you don't dance high. Bicycles and unicycles. And some attractive young man with needs a haircut. His hair is even longer than the Beatle cut. He's doing it the hard way. He's got an off-center rear wheel, a bell for a tail light, and a flipper horn in front. The Park Rose Heights Junior High Panthers. An antique car and its grandpa's pride. This from Woodlawn. A very colorful, bright red hood. A backing of fins. The Tualatin Twillers, which gives you an idea of interest, activity in this particular endeavor. A cross-section of about all types, sizes, ages, desires.